this one, I'm going to be showing you guys what you can put in for the evidence that you have for the previous section. So the previous section, we looked at spell check, we looked at forwarding emails, we looked at CC, we looked at font color. These are the three main things that we need to focus on. So again, spell check, we need to show evidence for that and explain it. How we forward an email, we need to show evidence for that and explain it. And how we do CC, we need to put evidence and also explain it. So you need to look at the very first screenshot that you took. This is my first screenshot for this section. I would say pause the video here, go ahead and explain what your screenshot is showing. So for me, my screenshot is showing the email reply I got from the person. So this shows the email reply I got from the person. So whatever the name of your person is, you can put the name of the person here. So I can say, this shows the email reply I got from, I think it was Mr. Granddaddy King Boss. I know, very silly name, but put whatever your person's name is and try and keep it professional. I'm obviously doing this because I'm making stuff up, but you should keep yours as professional as possible. And then I can also say they asked me to forward the previous email to 2 people. So I'm going to say that here. One single sentence is fine. They asked me to forward the email I sent them to 2 other people. That's it. I'm done. Keep it very, very simple. So go ahead, pause your video, look at your first screenshot that you have and explain what your screenshot is showing. Let me scroll down to the next part. Again, pause the video when you get to this one, explain what this is. So this section or this screenshot shows the reply on the forward button. I clicked on the forward button because they asked me to forward some information. This shows the reply and the forward button. I clicked on the forward button. So go to the email that you sent to the original person with the file attached in it, right? So because they're asking you to forward that email for me, I think I did a PowerPoint. Someone's asking me to forward the PowerPoint I sent to someone else. So I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint email that should be in my sent items folder. So go to your sent items folder, look for the email with the PowerPoint, then simply click on the forward button and it's going to allow you to forward it to someone else. So that's all I've added for here. Pause the video, go and explain every single thing. My next screenshot is going to be me showing a blank forward email. So again, pause the video and go and explain your screenshot. I'm going to explain mine now. This shows a blank email that I am going to forward. And how do I know it's a forward email? If you look closely here, it says FW. That means forward. If I simply clicked on reply, it wouldn't say that. If I simply clicked on new email, it wouldn't say that. But because I clicked on forward, it has FW there. So that's going to be proof enough. So I can even point that out. FW in the subject line means forward. And that's it. I'm done. I don't need to do anything. I've spelled a few things wrong. I don't need to do anything else. And I can move on to my next screenshot. My next screenshot shows me with the person's details already there. The next thing we need to do in this screenshot here shows me having the email fully written. So this section down here shows that I've written the email. This section up here shows that I've added the email addresses that I need to add. So go ahead, pause the video, go back to your Word document, go back to your screenshot that you have, and explain what's happening in this screenshot. So for me, I'm simply going to say, this shows the email addresses being added, and the email is completed. So after this, really and truly, all I have to do is click send, but I might make a few more changes as well. Be sure to add the PowerPoint or add the file that the person has asked you to send. Be sure to go to your email, go to your sent items, find the PowerPoint email that you sent to the original person, and then you click forward on that. That's all you have to do. The next thing I've done here is spell check. Okay, perfect. So on this screenshot, I'm showing that spell check is being done. So you pause the video, go back to your work, have a look at what needs to be fixed and go ahead and fix it. So here I'm showing, I'm going to say before spelling mistakes were fixed. That shows that one. So I spelled a few words wrong on purpose, and I'm showing how to fix them here. I'm going to scroll down to the next one. This is before spelling mistake 2 was fixed. Before spelling mistake number 2 was fixed. I had 2 spelling mistakes. I had this word here, and I had the word asked spelled wrong. So that's why I'm fixing both of them. And this down here is still again before spelling mistake was fixed. And the reason I'm doing this, I'm showing all the mistakes, I'm showing where they are, I'm showing how to fix them, but I'm showing before and I'm showing after. So you go back to your screenshots, and for each thing that has a spelling mistake, just say whether it is before or say whether it is after you fixed it. So for me, this last one is going to show after both of my spelling mistakes have been fixed. As you can see, there's no more red line under the word asked, and there's no more red line under the word and. So pause the video, go back to your work and explain that this is either before the spelling mistake was fixed or after the spelling mistake was fixed. I'm going to say this is after the spelling mistake was fixed. And as you can see, no red lines again. Finally, down here, I've changed just 2 things. So down here, I've made my kind regards. So I'm going to say kind regards in italics. That's fine. As you can see, mine is slightly slanted to the right, so italics is there. And I'm going to say Mr. King Boss. So that's the name. So your name is in the color blue. The reason I'm doing this, I'm getting some of the formatting stuff done while I go through this general stuff as well, so I can tick stuff off later on. This is some of the stuff that you have to do to get the full marks. So you don't have to do it in this one. Your teacher might suggest you do it somewhere else. But for me, for my students, I'm saying do this in between you're doing stuff so you don't have to go back and fix stuff later on. And finally, my last screenshot again is just a send button. So again, pause the video, go back and explain every single thing that you've done so far, every single screenshot. You don't need to watch my videos to explain the screenshots. If you know what you've done on that screenshot, just explain it. So for me, I'm saying I will click on the send button to send the email. So after we've done all of that, my final screenshot is for me to then go to my sent items folder. So go back to your emails, go back to your sent items folder. So pause the video, go back to your email and go to the sent items folder, then come back. When you go to the sent items folder, you click on the very first email at the top in the sent items folder, pause the video, go ahead and click on the first one and come back. And that's going to open the email you just sent, right? So I would screenshot that entire section just to prove again that you have it in the sent items folder and it's the most recent thing. The email I sent above is in the sent items folder. It doesn't have to be worded like this. You can word it any way you want. You can say, this is the email that I just sent. That's perfectly fine as well.